Hi folks, Dave, the Honest Audiophile, and today we're going to talk about the Shuoer Soloist. I want to thank my patrons and supporters through PayPal and YouTube that have helped fund the purchase of the Shuoer Soloist. I do greatly appreciate it. You all rock. If you are interested in how you can contact the channel, support the channel, follow the channel, all that kind of good stuff, check out the links down below. Also, while you're down there, don't forget to give a like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, so the Shuoer Soloist, comes in this very unique box. And when I first got it, I was like, kind of looks bland. What kind of IEMs would come in this weird colored box? And then when you open it, you get another box. And this looks more like an IEM box. It's a little large. Has a nice picture of the soloist on it. Has some information on the back. And one thing that'll stand out to you is that these have a liquid silicone Kevlar driver. Liquid silicone Kevlar. Not exactly sure how that works, but it is a single dynamic and it has some information here on the back. You got a little bit of a graph, and they are 32 ohms, 105 decibel sensitivity, frequency response 20 hertz to 30 kilohertz. Come in this really nice unboxing. And normally I don't show all the contents, but you slide off the sleeve here, and you have the Shuoer logo. You get some information here, and then impulse the emotion. You lift off this little piece of paper, you get some paperwork and your IEMs. Let's remove that. Underneath there you have your IEMs, and then you have a bunch of accessories. So you get two adapters. You get one that defaults into a 3.5, and that is a 2.5 going into it. And then you have the 2.5 to 4.4. So these do come with a cable that defaults at 2.5 millimeter balanced. You also get some tips. I did not have any problems with the silicone tips that came stock. I used the medium-sized ones that are clear with the black insert. I did not notice any difference really sonically between the two. It was just a way that they fit. One's softer than the other. And then you also get a nice carrying case. Let's set this to the side here. You get this nice hard shell carrying case. Very durable. Just like all the other Shuoer and shouty cases. Get some candy for the trolls. You get a very nice cable. But you also get a few more accessories. You also get a cleaning cloth. I'm sorry, cleaning tool. It's got a little brush here. No cleaning cloth. And then you get a case with two sets of silicone tips, which I did not use. The cable is actually rather nice. It's got a nice wrap on it. And it's a braided cable with a nice, very supple feeling cloth fabric. Does not tangle, feels really premium. Has a nice aluminum casing. Again, there's that 2.5 millimeter. And then you have the same metal casing here. You don't have any slider. And you got these nice ear hooks, which, if I was going to complain about this cable, I'd complain just a little bit about the ear hooks. I wish that they were a little more stiff. They're a little bit too springy, and I found that they just were a little too loose on my ears. Maybe different for yours. And then they are color coded, red for right, and it's a 2-pin. Let's get back here and get the IEMs out of the case. And get a couple tips also. There we go. Set the tips down so I don't lose them. All right, so your Shuoer Soloist is a very pretty blue. It is a resin. I'm not exactly sure what the faceplate is made of. They're very small, have this piano glossiness to them, and they just look very, very nice for the price tag. I find that they're very small, kind of shaped like a stone. Got your model number. There's your 2-pin, and there's your bass vent. Tips go on very easy. Left one same way. It's got a little bit of a short nozzle on it, but that did not cause any problems for me as far as fit. The angle was good enough, and the length was good enough that it just went right in my ears. Connecting is very simple. Always harder to do on camera than you think. There we go. I just love the blue look. Of course, blue is one of my favorite colors. They just go in your ear and they just disappear. They're extremely light, and the only thing is that ear hook is just a little loose for my preference. But I really do enjoy the fit of them. They seal good for me. I do not have any problems with outside noises bleeding in, and didn't have anybody complaining that they could hear my music because it was bleeding out. Comfort, I can wear these for hours, and I wouldn't have any problem wearing them for about a 6 to 8 hour work shift. I just find that they just disappear and are comfortable. All right, so overall, I'm very pleased with the price point and the build, the design, the look of them. I find that they fit that price tag. How do they sound? Does the sound make a difference with that liquid silicone Kevlar driver? I have no idea what a Kevlar driver is supposed to sound like. This is the first one, but I do know this. It sounds like a dynamic driver, and a very well implemented one. I really enjoy the bass on the Soloist. I find that the bass is well extended. It does have a boost in the sub bass, which gives it a nice body and a good just it'll throw some punches when called upon, but it never overpowers the sound signature, which is a nice thing. It's very well controlled, and it's just there to add to the experience. It never really overpowers anything. Has really good details, very good texture and tone to it, and it's a very nice sub bass that is very accentuated. Then the mid bass and the upper bass are well controlled. They are behind the sub bass to a point, but they don't just completely drop off. They are still there. You have a nice impact and very good quality of tone, and a really nice just overall presentation in the bass. I really enjoy the bass a whole lot, and it's good speed, good attack, very good decay, and I find that the bass is just pleasurable and fun and engaging. And even though it is accentuated, it's not in your face, just taking over everything else. The mids are nice and smooth. They have a good lushness to them. They have very good details and clarity. They have a nice control from the lower mids all the way up through the upper mids. Nothing seems to be disjointed or not matching up. There's no imbalances with one vocalist being louder than the other, or instruments. Tone is okay. Timbre is all right. It's not his strong suit. Every now and then an instrument will kind of sound a little bit, but for the most part it's just a very pleasurable sound signature, and I really do enjoy the mids on them. And they don't bother me in whatsoever. I really do enjoy the mids a whole lot on the Soloist. The treble is very laid back. very smooth, well-controlled, has good details and very good clarity, but it does have a little bit of a darker sound to it, so it's borderline sounding a little stuffy at times. Sometimes there are moments where I just wish that it had a little bit more energy, a little bit more sparkle to it, but the nice thing is they're not fatiguing at all, and it's a very well-controlled IEM. And so if you're looking for a chill and just a relaxed sound signature, the Soloist definitely would be one that you would want to look at, especially if you like nice bass. Overall, I find that they have just a smoothness and just a chill factor about them, but they never go into boring mode, and I really do enjoy that. Soundstage is actually very pleasing. It's got a wideness to it, and it has just a flowiness to it. There's no boxing in or no walls. Everything just kind of travels in and out and fades in and out like it should. Has really good depth and layering. You can definitely hear things on the stage. You can place it very well, and you can definitely dissect the rows of instruments or the placement of various objects on the stage, and I really do enjoy that. These do work for gaming for me in my racing simulators and in sports games. I really do enjoy the Soloist a whole lot. I find that the soundstage is very immersive and very engaging and gives me all the information that I want without giving me too much or forcing it into my head. So overall, I really do enjoy the Shuoer Soloist. I was not very happy with the Tape Pro, and I will 150% recommend the Soloist over the Tape Pro. How do they compare to a couple other IEMs in their price points? Well, if you have the shouty Form 1.4, the shouty 1.4 is going to have a little bit more body, a little bit more just overall impact to the sound. It's not going to be quite as airy sounding, but in the treble, it's going to be brighter, and it's definitely going to be hotter in the extended portions of the treble. I find also that the upper mids region is a little bit on the verge when comparing the two, so you will get some fatigue out of the Form 1.4s versus the Soloist. And then when you have the Voyager 3s, the Voyager 3 is also going to have a little bit of a more lively, sparkly, energetic sound signature compared to the Soloist. And it is going to be a little bit more airy up top, but it never goes into fatigue mode. So it's kind of, you pick your poison either or. The Soloist does better with the bass and the mids, in my opinion. And the Voyager 3 does a really good job in the mids as well, but also has a little bit more in the energy and sparkle regions. Detail-wise, is pretty even on all three of them. Resolution is probably the best on the Voyager 3 and also on the Soloist. Resolution on the Form 1.4 is also very good, but it does have moments of graininess in it. So overall, I really do enjoy the Soloist a whole lot and highly recommend them if you're looking for something laid back. If you're looking for something that's going to be used for critical listening and analytical listening, the Soloist probably would disappoint you just because it doesn't have that more energetic, sparkly sound signature. Shuoer Soloist. Really do enjoy it. And again, I want to thank my supporters and for you all that watch the advertisements that give me funds in order to be able to purchase products. The Soloist is one of the products that I have been able to purchase based off of funds that have come into the channel. So I do greatly appreciate all of you for supporting the channel through whatever ways you do, either whether it be through PayPal, Patreon, or watching advertisements, or a gift. This has been Dave, the Honest Audiophile. I do greatly appreciate everything that you have done, and I will catch you on the next video. Speaking of next video, somewhere on the screen is a notification and subscription links. If you haven't already, please check those off. And then check out the links down below. There'll be information regarding gear that was used during this review, music playlists, and all kinds of other ways that you can contact the channel, follow the channel, ask questions, all kinds of good stuff. So check out the links down below, and I will catch you next time.